So, got a bit of a confession. So the last time I used the iPhone was the iPhone 5S. And then after that, I went Android and been Android ever since. So this year I decided to go out and pick one up. So for the past 2 weeks, we've been using mostly the iPhone 11 Pro Max in the midnight green. And we're gonna tell you our thoughts on the perspective of an Android user. Coming from a Pixel 3 XL and going from this guy, it's a heavy phone. This is due to Apple swapping out their aluminum frame to go the more stainless steel route. The outer shell being comprised of a single sheet of glass with a matte finish on the rear. Apple says it's the strongest glass on the smartphone, but it's still glass. So unless you got money, I recommend you to case up. Apple's marketing team came up with the Super Retina XDR display. So what it really is a 6.5-inch HDR OLED panel. This thing does get bright as it goes up to 1200 nits. But honestly, you'll get the best benefits. Watch Netflix or something like that that supports HDR content, or iTunes movies. Apple still got the dual speakers. I didn't expect them to be this good, actually.
I saw billions of possible futures, billions of deaths. Maybe this is the reason I was given powers. To save everyone. We've got to stop you from vanishing.
We've changed the future before, we can change it again.
I decided not to go with the heavy bass or treble feel, but rich sounding audio. So if I got to pick between the two, I'll take that anyway, because once you start getting bass heavy on a smartphone speaker, it's gonna sound nuts anyway. So coming from Qualcomm chip to Apple's proprietary CPU, A13 Bionic, fast, coupled with 4 gigs of RAM, and I opted for the 64 gig base model. If you're using Apple Arcade or gaming and different stuff, it runs fine. You don't have to worry about too much overheating. And then speaking of the battery life, it definitely is the best battery on an iPhone. I've been using it pretty heavy in regards to streaming YouTube videos, watching a few live streams while I'm at work, listening to podcasts, group chats, different stuff, hopping back into iMessage, emails, etc., etc., etc. I was able to get maybe about a day and a half, heavy to moderate use. And then with the new 18-watt charger, not something you need to worry about charging overnight. You can probably just bring the thing with you. We already made a separate video on the cameras, just really diving to the, what they can do in regards to point and shoot, videos, all that stuff. We'll have a link in the description as well as a card, so if you want to check that out, you can do so as well. Apple added a lot of new features to help paint their vision of their mobile software for 2019 or going into 2020. You got the joy of dark mode, and Face ID is still here and works well. It's supposed to be a little bit faster than last year's model, but using Face ID for the first time, it's pretty cool. It's not bad. The Reminders app have been redesigned to be even more useful. Photos app has also been redesigned, made it like a Google Photos hub for all your things. It's a lot easier to dig through your photos and videos and find things. If you want to share something, airdrop it real quick and all that. So speaking of photos and videos, you now have built-in photo editor, built-in video editor right from the camera app, and it just makes it more streamlined and easier. Got more emojis, got the quick type for the default swipe keyboard, easier ways to edit text, cut, copy, paste, etc. New security features, and a Dead Sea Scroll of features and things that came along with it. Even though they killed off 3D Touch, everything here is a welcome addition. Looks like I picked a good year to come back to the iPhone. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is a terrible name, but it's a great smartphone. I think at the core, for most people, it's kind of the same. Process is always faster and different things. But I think the camera abilities in regards to photos and videos and the batteries would be the draw to get people to buy and or upgrade. Especially if you have maybe a 10, this would be a great upgrade for you. So I'm glad to see Apple catching up to Android in regards to having multiple cameras and offering a really all-day battery life. And then I'm glad to see the iOS has improved for the most part. Notifications are better, but still not what Android is doing. I'll give Android that. The way they handle notifications is way better. Let us know what you think. Did you pick one up? Are you waiting for this first wave of bugs to clear out? Or do you have one? Are you enjoying it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you for being here, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And see you next video. Peace.